She's getting sedative right now. This is Audrey. She's about 10 years old, and she was adopted from St. Croix in the Caribbean. And what is that made up of?
So it's just an overdose of a barbiturate.
Oh, so this is, it was an overdose of a barbiturate. And so, what's the name of the barbiturate?
Pentobarbital.
Phenobarbital?
Pentobarbital.
Pento.
I'm gonna come take a listen to her heart, okay? Alright. So she's gone. Do you want to spend more time with her? Okay. Just ring that bell whenever you're ready, alright? I'm so sorry, you guys.
Sweet girl. So that was her end of suffering, EOS. I used that terminology once. It's traumatizing losing a loved one. It involves shock and grief. Audrey was adopted from St. Croix, and flew her back. Simply creating life that will die is simply cruel. There is no justification for existence. None at all. And this, all saying here, there's a special place our pets go when their time on earth is through. Makes all their pets brand new. Well, it's not true. Their health restored, they wait for us. When it is time, we'll reunite and cross the bridge together. Oh, I don't believe that. It's just a cruel and unwarranted to be placed into existence. Somebody did not spay or neuter their pets, and she's a result. She's a she was homeless. I guess her litter mates and many other dogs simply overpopulation. And these pretty feet. Look at your pretty feet. So today she ate melon. She loved it. She just was, loved eating watermelon, papaya, cantaloupe. She ate well today. And then, oddly, I went outside and I saw a big white lump in the grass, and I didn't know really what it was. I didn't know if it was a dog toy or anything. I got closer and I actually thought she had passed. It's so warm. So warm. And then she tried to reach up to look at me and look at the puppies I just brought back from Aruba. And I got a lot of pictures of the puppies. They seem to, I think they really, really liked Audrey, actually. And got a lot of pictures with her and the puppies. For some reason, it seems like they were really, really interested in what was going on. And I'm not sure if they had a sixth sense or anything, but our pets should be spayed and neutered. I have been promoting spaying and neutering since about 1991 or even 1989, but not much progress has been made. And look at that. Life is expensive and death is expensive. This is the cost just for euthanasia and sedation. That's it. Yes, that's $467. Well, that's a nice quote from Helen Keller. And she's at peace. When I saw her today in the grass, she was somewhat moaning. She had labored breathing. And I definitely could tell that she, needed to come for her final ride. This collar became really, really loose, like since she's lost weight. I've been losing a lot of weight. She had a tumor. I don't know. I don't know if that, was anything to be concerned about, but she did have some tumors that I noticed a few months ago. Such a warm, soft belly. And that's a skin tag. That's not a tumor. Well, interesting. I can't even feel the, wow. She had some lumps, and a dog that's 10 years old and starting to lose weight, and yeah, life is just not pretty, is it? Death is not pretty. There's no justification for existence. And I'll just get even more personal about today. I was so worked up and nervous, and I had just gone to the bathroom right before I left to come here. And I just suddenly had to go to the bathroom. And there is where I went. There was no time. And Audrey, she liked to bark. That's what she liked to do. I think she barked for hours once. The neighbors complained. I wasn't home. And the reason she was barking was because there were rabbits outside the fence. Yep. This is end of all suffering. Stressed me out just having to see her in the cold grass. I brought out a blanket, but I, because of my leg and everything from surgery, I wasn't quite able to manipulate her or even, pull her up, to make her sit, stand up. She was able to sit. So, we used a stretcher to put her in the car, the back of the car, and I rode a 20-minute ride to the emergency vet. And even with COVID, you have to call before. You have to park a certain place, and then you have to call, and then they take your dog and put the IV in, and then you come into this side room, the facility. And these are her Allegheny County licenses. And I thought this was kind of cool. I just left them on every year, and I just really started adding up, but I kind of liked it. She had a really good home for at least 10 years. Actually, when I got her in St. Croix, with her markings, and she was just such a pretty little white puppy. And we all thought, she was actually going to be a Jack Russell. She had the markings of a Jack Russell, so she could have been 7 weeks. Unable to tell how big she was going to get. And she was overweight for much of her adult life. Weren't you, Audrey? You had a pretty name, didn't you, girl? There's just no justification for existence. Whether it's an animal's life, a person's life. Now, we can't, alter or sterilize, wildlife, birds, or feral animals. Look how skinny she had gotten. This took place over about a month, and I knew her time was short for this earth. She got a lot of treats. She loved to eat. Look at her, she shed so much. A good girl, you know that? Very, very good. It was awful to see her in the grass. The grass is cold. Our nights have been pretty cold. I don't know why. It's mid-May. It should be a lot warmer, but it's really sad to see her just sitting in the cold grass. But, I stood with her the entire time, comforted her comforted her and, you know, told her it was going to be okay. Everything will be okay once you've passed. So, physical pains, worries, biological diseases, syndromes, everything disappears upon death. Nobody should ever be placed into existence. And her passing hurts those around her, like me. The cycle of life is very cruel. And I don't like glamorizing the cycle of life or the circle of life. Life and dying and declining. Nothing positive about that. People say, well, you know, that's just nature. Well, that's just life. You know, look on the bright side. Remember the good times. It's all cruel, folks. Only the deluded would say something like that. So I'm going to taper off this video. I'll be, the collar will be mine. Representative of her. But this is reality. And she did suffer for the last couple of hours of her life. But she was loved and she had a great life. She had a privileged life. She was lucky to be adopted and flown back. Please get your pets spayed and neutered. And please refrain from reproducing humans who suffer. There is just no justification for existence. Thanks for watching my video.